You just changed your Twitter photo.
Oh, you didn't notice that?
Well, for years, Wojo's Twitter photo was Wojo ingesting a large Danish of some type. And now it's like just your standard normal picture wearing, oddly enough, a blue shirt. What gives? Are you trying to be taken more seriously now?
No, it was with great contemplation and a great remorse. Your little Woji's growing up. He's becoming more professional. He couldn't, for the rest of his life, have his Twitter photo be, why am I talking in the third person? No idea. But Wojo couldn't continue to have his Twitter photo be a sweaty, fat-faced Wojo forever trying to eat, and it was a pita sandwich, if I recall correctly. First of all, I don't eat pita sandwiches. I think it was a random moment, and now I'm all professional. So ask me professional questions. I'm not good for them anymore.
Okay, I'll ask you a professional question. Hey, Wojo.
Oh, no.
Wait, can I get my theory real quick on this picture?
Yeah.
I do think you should change your profile picture every time you appear glumly watching a game or, because I mean, like, for example, like when Jaren Jackson almost killed you at the Michigan game.
Right.
Or last week, right before Miles Bridges shot, there was a good shot of you taking in the Michigan State-Purdue game. I think you should constantly be updating your photo.
You mean when I'm caught in repose, I have resting duck face, right?
Yes, you look a little bit like President Trump.
Correct.
Yes.
I have resting Trump face as well.
Yeah.
That was not the motive whatsoever. I really don't know what the motive was, to be honest with you, because I'll be honest, it was not warmly greeted, the new very professional photo. People miss the sweaty face trying to eat the sandwich.
And by the way, you can follow Wojo on Twitter if you're not already at Bob Wojnowski. All right, go ahead.
Now, Wojo, I remember that column you wrote about, 7, 8 years ago, telling Ken Holland that he should re-sign Jan Mersak to a long-term contract. You stunned by this news today?
Well, see, I'm in a news bubble. I can't wait to watch the Americans play hockey. I've listened to you guys all morning long. And Stoney didn't even give a spoiler alert.
Nope. Went right to it.
Put the tie-in and the winning goals.
But it's live. I'm not going to do that.
I did.
Well, you're more a professional. I'm a boob.
So we lost to, who was it again, Slovakia?
No, Slovenia. Slovakia actually lost to the athletes to Pavel Datsuk's team from Russia. And then this one, Slovenia, with former Red Wing and Griffin star Jan Mersak, beats the USA, and Chris Chelios is coaching.
Tear down the U.S. hockey program.
Damn right.
So if you were listening all morning long, Woj, you probably heard our delightful segment about an hour ago where we brought back your famous old bit, the Mount Rushmore, but we did it for the Mount Rushmore of SOL.
Yes,
okay. So you as an SOLologist, and I did make the promise that when we open up our Lions Museum the day after the Lions play in their first ever Super Bowl, overlooking in the mountain range above the museum will be this carving, this great carving of 4 men, 4 symbols, 4 signs of SOL. Mine were Ford, Millen, Marinelli, and Barry. Stoney's were, Monty Clark praying, Dan Orlovsky.
Kalimba Edwards signifying the draft mistakes, and Mike Williams signifying all the bad wide receivers.
So not to put you on the spot, but can you roughly give us your 4?
Well, I enjoyed the spirited discussion. Stoney could not have ever, in his long and storied broadcasting career, have been more wrong by not putting Matt Millen.
I know, but you understand my reasoning.
Yeah.
No, not really, actually. But whatever. Yes, of course, Matt Millen is on there. You know what? An underrated one I would have to put to represent the wide receiver era, bad wide receiver era, or tormented wide receiver era. I think you got to put Charles Rogers up there. From the coaching standpoint, because it represents both the good and the bad, because he was the best and at times for squandering talent, the worst Lions. I think you got to put Wayno up there, Wayne Fonz, because he represented all of it, the hope. They would make the playoffs, but really didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
And the downside, that the loyalty, it continued year after year after year. So who do I have? Millen, Wayno, Charles Rogers. I understand the Mr. Ford thing because of the symbol, but he wasn't really a dominant figure as far as you'd always talk to him or anything. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have a daily or weekly imprint on the team.
No, but you could always count on him for a couple times per year after a big win or a big loss or something.
So the fourth member of my Lions being put on the spot of my Mount Rushmore.
Yes, very much.
Of SOLness. I'm partial to this just because of the same reason it represented the Pope and then the bastion of the hope. Would be Joey. I think Joey really did represent everything because it was hope, but it was fake hope. And then he was torn apart, probably prematurely or unnecessarily or unfairly, but nevertheless torn apart thoroughly. And of all the quarterbacks, like, you can't put Stafford because Stafford's going to end up being pretty damn good. I'm going to put Joey as my quarterback.
Okay.
Joey, Chuck Rogers, Matt Millen, and Wayno.
Very fair.
That's good. Where's Titus Young?
He's in prison.
But, with all due respect, he's got issues.
I know.
All right, well, we talked a little bit this morning about, and I'm sure you guys talked about it yesterday, and you'll probably talk about it tonight as well, the John Engler letter, which came out yesterday. My thing is this. It seemed almost like he was kowtowing to Michigan State fans, and he called it a sensationalized package, which is a fantastic adult film, by the way. But he talked about
on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, especially on Valentine's Day. Which to me was almost like it was like a dog whistle to Michigan State fans. We're doing an investigation, but guys, the investigation's going to come out just fine. Trust me. Izzo and D'Antonio are clear of all this. And it's like, look, if they're clear of all this, then come out and say they're clear of all this. But don't give us this sensationalized package unless they're clear of all this, because it almost sounded like he was saying to all the Michigan State critics who don't like the fact that he's the president right now, don't worry, guys, I'm a Spartan.
Yeah, I completely agree. I actually think the two paragraphs near the bottom of the John Engler letter were much ado about nothing, but serves their purpose perfectly, if that's possible, because call it whatever you want. He was trying to calm the waters, and I get why people, including us in the media, have been saying, when is Michigan State going to defend itself with a strident response like D'Antonio did the first day? And I totally get that. And, in just the day before, a report came out that donations to Michigan State were down 25%.
Right.
There was a lot. There was such a void of leadership. It was almost the anti-Lou Anna Simon response. Like, even if I really, truly can't say anything definitive, I'm going to say something strongly. Because he has been interim president for a week and a half. So how does he know that everything is going to turn out just fine? And he didn't say it's going to turn out just fine. He said we're now reviewing that. But he certainly gave the impression of, that their integrity will be restored. And it very well may be, and I think we're all hoping that that's the case. But how can he know? I mean, theoretically, the investigations are in their infant stages still, are they not? So, to me, while it was, I do think it was important for somebody at Michigan State to appear to be, a firmer grasp and calm down, everybody calm down. And he is right. The ESPN TV report was sensationalized, no doubt, with the shadowy images of Nasser over the school and over Izzo and D'Antonio. That, I agree. That was completely, and that's where ESPN actually is getting their bulk of criticism, fair or not. And that's what he was responding to. But as far as anything substantive about how this is all going to work out, I don't think there was anything substantive there at all.
All right, well, Joe, two quick questions. Maybe just one is a yes or no answer, and one you just answer one thing.
Yeah.
Pistons tonight, last game before the All-Star game.
Big game.
Pistons make the playoffs, yes or no?
Well,
yes or no? Yes or no?
This is my honest opinion. If they lose tonight, they're not making the playoffs. If they lose to Atlanta twice in 4 days, even if they make the playoffs, they will not be allowed to attend the playoffs, I think.
Okay.
If you lose to Atlanta twice in 4 days.
Go ahead.
I still think they'll make the playoffs. I do. Because the Reggie Jackson return will give them a bit of a boost. And these stumbles, the last 3 losses, whatever, fatigue. I'm not giving them the excuse, but their defense was so bad. I still see signs with Blake Griffin that in fourth quarters they're going to be able to get big baskets. They totally are. They just got to play, and that's an issue. Don't get me wrong with Van Gundy and everybody else, but they've just got to play harder, longer. And I think they will after the break when desperation mounts.
So when you have one last question.
Yeah, one last vital question. It's Valentine's Day.
Desperation mounts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stevenson, yeah.
Candy hearts or chocolate kisses?
I got to go with chocolate creams. You know, like the coconut cream ones you get, or you don't know which one you're getting.
Was that an option?
The Whitman's sampler.
I said chocolate kisses or candy hearts.
The candy hearts suck, in my opinion.
Love the Whitman sampler.
Yeah, me too.
Love.
Because you know why?
Candy hearts do suck.
You know why? It's because they would tell you what was in each candy.
Oh, that's right.
But I wouldn't look at it. I would not look at the bottle.
See, I had to because I don't like coconut.
Yeah, same. I don't. Yeah.
Well, I love coconut.
And Wojo, you're going to give your annual advice out to all the Valentines out there?
Yes, if you're still wondering what to get the lovely lady for Valentine's Day, this is my advice.
Okay.
And Jamie, I give it to you many times, and Stoney, you as well.
Yep.
Just a peck and a poke.
Peck and a poke.
Peck and a poke.
All right, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Love himself.